Hello, 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 everybody. This is your boy, Ryan D. Forrester. I want to talk to you about something very important. And if you have children, I suggest you start them early with this principle. And it's something that I call separate by the percentages. Now, something that I do, let me start again. Something I learned many, many years ago was a jar system. You have some money and you have your jars set up for the specific things that you need to save for or pay for. And I had about 7 different jars. Okay. And what the trainer had taught us to do was get in the physical habit of having cash on you and splitting it up. But then, of course, over time that's going to grow, so you need to evolve to actually having separate accounts. So I remember there was one time I was talking to a friend of mine and we were talking about different budget techniques and all that sort of thing. And I told him, yeah, man, I got 7 accounts. He's like, dude, what are you doing with 7 accounts? And I said, I need to separate my money, man. Because otherwise I end up spending money on something that was for something else. So the primary account I want to talk to you about is what we used to call the FFA, the Financial Freedom Account. Now, the Financial Freedom Account is just that. It is your long-term savings. It is like you never touch this, period. Okay? Because you'll have your emergency account, you'll have your expenses account to pay your bills, necessities, you'll have your travel account, all those sorts of things. And the idea is keep it separate. Now, me coming from a commission-based industry, I was not able to pick a fixed number to say I'm going to save this much every pay or every week or even every month because my income fluctuated. So I had to separate by the percentages. And this is the same technique I teach my children. They have 3 jars. One is save, one is give, one is spend, right? And at their age, I don't really care about percentages, right? I just let them know that when you get paid, drop something in each of them. Because what you guys need to get clear on is the habit is more important than the amount, okay? Getting in the habit of saving for yourself, if you're not already doing it, that's the tough part. But I'm telling you, once you get that habit and it becomes a part of you, once you start paying yourself habitually the way you pay your bills, man, every bit of money that comes past you, you're going to save, right? So the Financial Freedom Account, okay? Get in the habit of saving and paying yourself first, okay? And, some of the percentages, it's going to vary. It's going to vary based on where you're at, right? Everybody is going to be different, but you want to look at the numbers, okay? You certainly don't want to bankrupt yourself. You don't want to end up out on the street, but you do have to take a serious look at where you're spending the money. You may have to cut back on some things. How bad do you want that financial freedom? Right? So many people are busy going to work, not having time to live their life. So you want to build up that financial freedom account. A rule of thumb for me is always to start at 10%. There's a book, The Richest Man in Babylon, and in that book it teaches 10% of all I make is mine to keep. I mean, listen, let's face it, you go to work for the money, right? That's your sweat equity. That's a representation of your sweat equity. So why not pay yourself first? Listen, if it starts out at $5 a month, so be it. Pay yourself $5 a month, okay? And if you are gainfully employed, full-time or part-time, you can save $5 a month. It just comes down to how important is it to you, okay? In terms of percentages, 10% are pay direct to yourself on average, right? 50% you want to put towards your expenses, okay? You want to have maybe 10% for entertainment or luxury, right? And then the other 30%, you might split that up between, you definitely need your emergency account, right? So you might put 15% in there, right? And then that other 15 could be your entertainment, right? Listen, don't get too stuck on the percentages. You just got to play with the numbers and find out what works for you. All right, guys? But if there's anything you get from what I'm sharing with you today, it's to encourage you to begin paying yourself first and separate by the percentages. Separate your money, and whatever that account is for, that's what that account is for. Don't mix, don't mingle, don't dip, and certainly don't double dip. Okay, guys, so hopefully that you got some value from this. If you did, drop me a comment. You can always email me if you want to have a direct conversation, ryan@ryandforrester.com. Go out there, crush the day, make it amazing. All right? Peace.